Hey, this is Dan.
Bob.
And Dr. Aggro.
From GigaBoots.com. Welcome to GigaBoots Podcast Episode XI.
Is that it?
Got a title for it or anything?
Subtitle?
Look, guys, I tried to think of a subtitle, and I couldn't think of anything. This is a stupid idea, and we've gone too far to turn back now, okay?
Wow.
You know what? That's the subtitle. There we go. Just throw that up there.
It's kind of profound.
Huh.
A little bit.
It's like this whole thing.
And we're only on 11. That's,
Man, this is a downer podcast.
It's a pretty low number. It's just fail.
Well, I mean, Final Fantasy did it.
Oh, okay, this is true.
Oh, we've got a 10 fan over here.
Oh, no, just...
I
oh,
like
man. 11
I did.
was...
I'll say it.
Yeah,
I'm straight, but I like 10.
Enjoy the HD remake that they'll charge $60 for because they're Square Enix and they don't understand.
No. If I like the story in 10, I may be tempted to. I just like the battle system.
Oh, okay. Well, in any case, welcome to the GigaBoots Podcast, Episode 11. We got some news roundup to be doing, a discussion of the Game Overthinker Episode 57, and we're going to start off with a segment talking about what we're playing and what we're looking forward to. So, Aggro, would you like to go first? Share your feelings. Share yourself. My feelings, myself.
So wait, like what I'm playing right now?
Yeah, what are you playing right now?
Well, I went back to Borderlands because I'd only played it, landing with you guys before.
Right.
And apparently, when you play Borderlands solo, that game has a plot.
No way.
Yeah. See, I was
Bob,
able...
did you know about this?
That's news to me.
See, I was able to stand by the quest givers and read the fucking quest without some jackass going, "Come on, we're 8 miles away. Where are you?"
But wait, if I'm not 8 miles away and I'm reading the text, then who's 8 miles away yelling that? I don't Like, what happens when you read those quests? Do you get to read them? Like, the whole way through?
Yeah.
You don't just have some party member off 8 miles.
You know how you're, killing skags and collecting shit?
Yeah.
It tells you why.
I thought you just did it. I thought that what you did in the future.
What do you mean?
As it turns out, that is pretty much what's going on.
Oh, okay.
But I'm pretty much playing Borderlands till Rage comes out.
Ah, yes, Rage. Bob, what are you playing?
I'm still in the middle of Disgaea 4. Because I have
You
problems.
have fun dog paddling across that ocean.
Deep in the forest.
2 years later, I'll still be going back to this.
You'll come out grizzled with a beard. What's the next game you're buying?
Probably Rage.
Probably. Wow,
Yeah.
everyone in this room
And thus John Carmack descended from on high and gave us spoonfuls of his heavenly domain.
It is
you
the
go.
next thing coming out. I mean, then there's Ace Combat and stuff, but until... only early month thing is that... Oh, wait, there is the Shadow of Ico Colossus collection next week. But...
This is true. If my finances allot for it, then yeah, I'll be doing Shadow of the Colossus. But for me, I'm currently playing all the games in the Gundamonium collection, which comes out on Steam on Tuesday. And it's pretty awesome. Like, there's a lot of depth to those shmups. So I'm enjoying that. Next game I'm buying is probably Rage, or if money allots for it. Like, if my car has a simple problem, then Shadow of the Colossus as well. So
I'd like everyone to know that if I'm not in the next podcast, the next set of quick plays, it's because Dan murdered me, took my money, and bought the Ico Colossus collection.
Yes. Okay, so I guess that segment's over. Let's go ahead and get into news. Okay, so first bit of news. Star Wars The Old Republic is arriving in time for the holidays. They recently unveiled the release date is December 20th for North America and December 22nd for Europe.
What's up, Europe?
Yeah,
Was it a weekend?
Yeah, they don't buy things on Tuesday. They'll wait till Thursday, thank you very much.
So I heard that Blizzard announced they were pushing back
Oh, that's later in this.
Diablo, but then the next day they're like, okay, so Old Republic's coming out.
Oh, that's EA. EA does Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying
right, but
EA?
Yeah,
it
like
might be
they waited
a
for that
knee-jerk
announcement before
reaction.
they announced their release.
Is that what you think?
I'm thinking, it seems kind of coincidental. Like, maybe they just didn't want it to release anywhere goddamn close.
Well, I know a good bit of the people I'm friends with are excited about this. Hopefully this will turn out well.
Yeah, I really hope this is good.
Yeah, because this has been in development for a while.
It has.
So
they haven't
long.
made any other Star Wars BioWare games.
And
Which
it's
has been
kinda,
nice.
It's kind of strange. It's kind of strange that this is coming out so late in the year. Like December 20th. That's That's some Nintendo crap right there.
Are you coming down to Christmas? No.
Fuck you. We got you Star Wars. Already bought it, bitch.
I think this is more of their attempt to make sure their game works on launch with like the artificially limited release, and then right at Christmas, so some people have to like go visit family. Keep that server population down for a while.
Yes, at least on Christmas they'll have time to work to make it work. Moving on to the next bit of news, as Aggro just spoiled, we actually have a release window on Diablo 3. Patrick Lebec of the Giant Bomb reports that, of course, it is coming out early 2012, and that it is possible that it could slip past early 2012, but
like
Blizzard
always.
soon.
But it is early 2012 with extra quotation marks and hot sauce on the side.
And they're extending the beta too, as
Yes,
they've said.
and adding more people, more testers to the beta.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, so
Maybe
that's
one day we will be blessed.
we will be blessed by the gods up above. Hopefully, maybe. God damn it. Moving on. Those holding out hope for an enslaved sequel might want to just go ahead and stop doing that. Tamim Antoniades from Ninja Theory was talking about how they weren't currently working on an Enslaved sequel, and by now they should have had a 2-team setup within their studio and had the budget and capital in order to set up a second team to start work on a sequel to Enslaved. And he's pretty upset sounding. The exact quote is, "Enslaved should have done better. Right now, we should have been doing a sequel and perfecting that sequel and doing what franchises do, which is get better over time.
Yeah.
But because that didn't happen, we've not expanded to 2 teams like we intended to."
Oh, yeah.
I wonder why none of their franchises are taking off. I wonder if it could have anything to do with them.
No, what? It's the market.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the market.
The market
economy
clearly hates action games. They just fail.
Yeah,
all the time.
I mean, look
So
at...
did you guys play Enslaved?
Yes.
Yeah?
A little bit, yeah.
How was it?
It was... I mean...
I
I could
only
enjoy
played
it
the
for the
demo.
plot,
It
but
was-
the gameplay was...
I saw like 5 minutes, and it seems...
I honestly watched more of the Giant Bomb's quick look, and
Then we played on
then
our
we
quick
played
play.
it, and it did not look like it got any better.
It just
seemed
falls into that
repetitive.
really depressing meh valley of
Yeah.
like, this isn't bad. Next.
Yeah. I don't know. But, yeah, he seems upset he's not getting a sequel to that. A lot of people are upset he's making the sequel to Devil May Cry. So, it works out. Karma.
Maybe Devil May Cry will sell really well. What the hell, market?
Clearly, that's what did it.
Fucking market, goddammit, market. Epic Games has made clear that they aren't making anything Unreal related right now.
What else would they make?
They make a lot of...
Unreal or like Unreal
like
Universe,
Unreal
really.
Universe,
Not
Unreal
like
and Unreal.
that's not using the Unreal Engine. We're at
Well,
Epic Games.
Yeah.
Oh, back to the build engine.
Yeah, we're gonna use Quake's engine, but that's it from, oh my god, the end of days. That hole opens up in the sky.
Yeah, we're using the Fox engine for our next game.
What are you,
What?
Bioshock 1?
You're using an engine, made by a Japanese company, made in the pretty much the 11th hour of this generation of consoles. Yup. What part of this seems like a
They're not even done with it. What's wrong with you?
No, we're done with it, but we hope to make it better because it's not good. Mega Man, go defeat Dr. Wawi. That's how Kojima sounds to me. Clearly, he's Dr. Light
Clearly.
or Dr. Right, depending.
Dr. Righto.
Dr. Righto. So GameFly addresses the upcoming Netflix competition by essentially ignoring it. After the whole Netflix Quickster thing, you guys heard about that, right?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, Netflix separated into 2 companies. One's Netflix, which does the streaming only. And then there's a whole other website and a whole other company called Quickster, which does the DVD thing only.
Wow.
Well, the DVD thing only section company, yeah, it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, it sounds like it kind of screws over anybody who already had Netflix account.
They're actually doing
Yeah.
this, most people are guessing, to kill off Quickster.
Yeah, it just sounds like a debt dump. They're just going to give them all their inventory and let them drown.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what most people are thinking. But in any case, Quickster's going to get into the market of games.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so that is why GameFly addressing it is relevant, but their quote that they have on it really doesn't actually talk about any advantages that they could have over Quickster. They just talk about, we're Gamefly. It pretty much sounds like a commercial. This is very humorous for like, hey, the people who knocked Blockbuster and all these other people out of business are kind of coming for your slice of pie. What are you going to do? And they're like, well, here at Gamefly, you can get the latest and greatest games.
Oh.
And that was like the CEO, so that was even funnier.
It's like watching cable and DirecTV commercials. Like,
yes.
You guys are just saying things.
Loudly. That is not how information gets better. But yeah, so that was kind of funny.
Huh. So, Quickster, they're really going with that name, I guess?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Oatmeal from theoatmeal.com already made fun of it.
That's mostly, to me, why it seems like it might be a dump company.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, is that the best they could come up with?
Yeah, I
Because
mean...
Netflix was like, okay, I know what that is.
Yeah, I know what that is. That's a good name. That says this company knows what they are and what they're here to do.
Well, they were going to call it Speedball, but then somebody Googled it. That plan kind of went south.
They were going to call it Donkey Punch, but then somebody Googled it, and then...
Rick Santorum.
It got a couple more votes, but it still didn't win majority vote.
What a populace, but we're not doing first past the poll here. We're not just banging rocks together in our democracy.
Clearly, because we named something Quickster.
Sounds like a Genesis game.
Yes, it does. That's how shit have made that is.
Aw.
Yeah, you and Sparkster and Rystar could go eat a dick.
Aw.
In any case, moving on. Crytek is going to develop the sequel to Homefront because, hey, a job's a job, right?
What?
Yeah,
Ugh.
apparently they got the rights from THQ to make the sequel to Homefront after THQ closed down the Homefront developer.
Huh.
Why would anyone buy those rights?
Crytek is apparently really good at making first-person shooters quickly, I guess, now.
Like as a joke?
I don't know.
I guess that there were a lot of people excited about it as it was coming out, and people actually thought that was a good plot, apparently, from people I've talked to. It's scary.
Aggro, hold back. Be strong, Aggro. Be strong.
It's so fucking stupid, Dan.
I know.
We all know, but they don't.
I'm gonna have to go watch that quick play again after this.
So there's really not much more to say about this, so I'm just gonna...
Shouldn't they be working on the new Crisis? Shouldn't they be doing that?
No, I'm sure they are, and I'm sure they're
I'm
trying to
pretty
figure
sure they
out...
don't make Crisis. They mine it out of the ground like Chimeran Towers.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure they're also trying to figure out how to make a profitable Time Splitters, but, you know.
Did they buy the rights to that?
Yeah, they own Free
Oh
Radical.
my God,
Remember?
I
They
forgot
bought
about that.
the name and the IPs.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, why? Where is that?
Yeah. Where's my Crisis Engine Time Splitters?
I don't know. So next bit of news: the original Assassin's Creed is coming on the disc with Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, I heard about
Revelations.
this.
That's actually pretty neat.
They're
Just
not
like-
adding trophies. I heard.
They're not adding trophies.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Dan immediately doesn't care.
they're not adding trophies. Next bit of news: we're done here. Shut up.
It seems like an odd decision.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess that
they had-
the Revelation is supposed to have a lot to do with 1, 2, as well as the other ones.
Well, if you think about it, Assassin's Creed as a franchise didn't get nearly as popular until 2, kind of like Uncharted. Not only because of the amount of people who own the consoles, but because 2 in both of those series were more polished than 1 and got higher reviews, scores from people. So, yeah, a lot of people haven't played 1 from what I've actually been reading in reference to this news. Yeah, they just started at 2 and went...
Well, I guess the 2 was made as an entry point, too.
Yeah, seems
as well.
doable.
Yeah, so this is a cool idea. I mean, it's free. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, makes sense then.
Yeah.
Like, if that's the way the demographic is, if most people haven't played 1,
Yeah.
then yeah, that's a great move.
And, you know, you got that Blu-ray band.
I hope they went in
storage.
and fixed that weird freezing problem.
Yeah.
Where it didn't freeze, but everything stopped working. Like, everything stopped moving, but all, like, the physics stuff on your cloak and everything was still going.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of epic the first 8 times it happened.
I forgot about that. That was hilarious. It was like,
trying to remember any single glitch from Assassin's Creed 1 is hard.
Yeah, right?
It's like some sort of ocean there.
I always sort of chalked it up to, he's in the Animus, so shit's going wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Traveling through my memories of the glitches in Assassin's Creed 1 is like the loading screen on Assassin's Creed 1, and there's shit all over the place, and I'm just wandering through a haze.
Really pretty for how early on the PS3 it
Yeah,
was, though.
I know. Fuck. In any case, moving on. Valve has deemed their Dota 2 plan stupid or dumb, quote, and you can expect to play it much, much sooner.
Much sooner than what?
Much sooner than they were planning. See, what they were going to do, and I didn't know this was their plan at first, they were going to get Dota 2's content up to on par with Dota 1 before they even released it. Which, there are so many characters in Dota 1, that would have taken for fucking ever.
Yeah.
What is it, 120 or something, I think?
No, it's so stupid.
Yeah, Steve spouted it off.
Even
at
if
some
it wouldn't
point.
have taken that long, that's stupid. No, release it now. Let us learn the characters, and then more characters, and then more characters.
Yeah, because not everyone who's going to play Dota 2 has played Dota 1 or are kept up with Dota 1.
Right. I'm sure there are people who want to jump in and get rigged, just like they do on League of Legends. Just like we do on League of Legends.
Speak for yourself, motherfucker.
Oh, yes, you're such a baller. But yeah, so that they changed that, and yeah.
Did they give any sort of release schedule now?
No.
Soon! Valve soon!
Never, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's 2, so it's gonna come out.
Huh.
Like,
Okay.
It's not like it's a 3.
yeah.
Bastards.
Also, the beta is now public. It's a public beta, so you can go apply on their website to be a part of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was timed up with that as well. Let's go on to the next bit of news. CyberConnect 2, the people who make, oh god, what's the English name?
Naruto Ultimate Ninja
Okay,
Storm.
thank you.
Or the Ultimate Ninja Series, I guess.
Yeah, okay, because I was like Naruto Hero. Hey. But yeah,
Dot
the people,
hack, all that.
yeah, .hack GU. CyberConnect 2, that's what they've done, and they are working on the Soul Calibur 5 story mode. Apparently, Namco realized they kind of suck at story modes for fighting games, and these guys, CyberConnect, they're pretty goddamn good at it.
Yeah, even reviewers were lauding the Naruto ones is pulling some scenes off better than the freaking Naruto anime did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, yeah, they did. They were freaking insane.
It is.
And everybody's seen the, what is that new one they're working on?
Oh,
It's Capcom.
Ashura's Wrath?
Yeah,
Ashura's
everybody's
Wrath.
seen the Ashura's Wrath cutscenes by now.
Yeah, so those are absolutely insane. So, yeah, it is really cool that CyberConnect 2 is working on the single player. I'm way more excited. Like, this has me legitimately excited for Soul Calibur 5. Because now we're going to have a Soul Calibur with a good single player again.
Yeah.
It's been since 2, in my opinion.
3 had...
It was
better
like,
than they could have gone. Like, they did was far.
Yeah, but it wasn't as good as 2 with that cool little, like, here's these branching, or, like... Because 2 was kind of like Blades.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was awesome. And then 3 was like not that. And that was bad.
Yeah, and then they had that weird tactical mode, which was just bad.
Yeah, that was... Yeah. Okay, so in any case, excited about Soul Calibur 5 now. And a tiny little bit of insignificant almost news. Neo Geo Station round 4 hits this week in Japan. Or hits next week in Japan. What the Neo Geo Station is, for those who don't know, is it's the PSP compatible King of Fighter or SNK retro games. So the games that are going to be hitting next week in Japan is King of Fighters 96 and Metal Slug 2. So that is awesome. I can't wait for that to come here because I love Metal Slug 2. The prices on those are kind of low. You know, they're not like full-size price games or anything like that. So
actually, I think that U.S. and Japan is pretty synced up with this. We'll probably see this within the month.
Yeah, hopefully. So next week? So 2 days from
now? No, within months from its release.
Oh, okay, within a month. Okay. But yeah, so that's awesome. I don't know. I'm always looking forward to adding more games to my downloadable PSP library for the Vita.
Yeah, I wish that they'd make these work on across PS3 and PSP and not have to buy them separate. But
yeah,
that's the main problem I've had with the Neo Geo arcade.
See, that's something that could be happening with the Vita and the PS3, since they're both about the same level. You could more easily get a dev kit that's like efficient and can do things that are remotely impressive and make games for both.
Right.
Because let's be honest, have you seen minis that look anywhere near on par with Metal Slug? Yeah. Yeah. Well, Hysteria Project came close. You have to admit. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Hey, I didn't put a 2 at the end of that. It was the good one. In any case, I guess we're done with that. Coming up next is our discussion of the Game Overthinker episode 57. And welcome back. We missed you. It's now time for the Game Overthinker episode 57 discussion between myself, Bob, and Dr. Aggro. So guys, basically to summarize it for those who didn't see, the video starts out with about 5 minutes, or we'll just skip the first 5 minutes of stupid pedantic bullshit and get to the actual video in which the Game Overthinker talks about the Supreme Justice ruling and then the shooting involving Anders Breivik, and the fact that Anders brings up Call of Duty as quote training simulation for the shooting and the bombing. In any case, moving on. Of course, the Game Overthinker calls that bullshit, but he says we should question as a community what that means and drive the discussion further. First off, as a discussion of this episode, I must discuss the first 5 minutes and the last 2 and say, ugh, he really needs to stop the plot. Like, really. Yeah,
anyway.
Really. Moving on. He makes a point at one junction. He makes
one point.
He makes a point at one point in this video.
Huh.
Yeah, fuck rephrasing that. Fuck all of you. I'm going to be redundant sounding. He makes a point at one point in this video to say that we as a culture should stop having the knee-jerk reaction to say, no, those killings have nothing to do with our games, and somehow drive a discussion further to identify what it is about Call of Duty that is appealing to a psychopath who shoots people. As we discussed just a little bit before I started recording this part of the roundtable, or this part of the podcast, that really, no, we shouldn't, just because that doesn't make any sense. Psychopaths can be attracted to any number of different facets. A person could be playing Harvest Moon right now to talk to the same person in town every day, and he could adore that one absolutely weird and terrifying aspect of the game, like visiting the nurse, and that's it.
I could totally see a sociopath playing Harvest Moon.
I mean, look at the game.
It isn't a stretch.
No, it really isn't. In fact, who knows? Maybe that's a part of the larger fixation of gun culture. And another thing that really bugs me about this video is Movie Bob, the Game Overthinker.
I think he even calls himself Movie Bob in there.
I don't even know. I don't even know. He calls like people Pyro Thinker and stuff. So I stopped paying attention to names of the fiction. So in any case, he everybody knows he has a thing against first-person shooters or any overly popular genre like that. Mostly first-person shooters. And as such, he uses that specifically and Mortal Kombat as an aside for examples of why video games should be, like, video games with questionable content should be, I believe his point was, be questioned. But he doesn't bring up any number of different messages other than super violence. Which, I don't know. Personally, super violence, because of how unrealistic it tends to be, just inherently, even when I was a kid, just went, yeah, this is clearly ridiculous.
Well, he didn't address super violence, like Mortal Kombat style, ripping people in half.
Right.
Fucking, what was it? Noob
Saibot, yeah.
Noob Saibot, yeah. Fuck, that was just disturbing.
Yeah, that was awesome. I don't know.
But, like, this is a very old discussion in movies of fantasy violence. where it's violent things happening with little consequence.
Right.
Which, is always a valid thing of, like, how does this affect people's interpretation of the world? And, like this is an age-old discussion of whether or not violent entertainment affects people's minds.
Right.
My problem comes in when he talks about, how we should examine what about Call of Duty is attractive to a person like Anders Breivik. Which, no, we shouldn't. Because it's a useless conversation. He's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, what worries me about this video, specifically about this discussion, is a single image where he says the darker side of gun culture, which is a dubiously broad term, and he flashes an image of the Turner Diaries. Now, I'm not exactly sure what he means by gun culture, because, guns are involved in a lot of things. If we're talking about Olympic shooting and Call of Duty in the same thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or just, like, things that like guns, because now we're talking about children's cartoons and fucking everything.
Or that guy on YouTube who's like, okay, I'm going to shoot this gun for you.
Yeah,
yes, here's video.
FPS Russian.
Yeah,
that guy fucking rules.
Yes, he does.
But,
There's clear. I guess he's just trying to get across the point of people who like guns, and that's a lot of people. That's a lot. Of different
that's
things.
like
guns are a completely permeable part of our culture.
Right.
It's that when he flashed the Turner Diaries that really got to me, because it seems like, I don't know Bob Chipman, I haven't talked to him about this, but it seems to me that he associates Call of Duty with the sort of right-wing conservative hyper-masculine machismo of the people who picked on him in high school.
It does seem like that.
And the Turner Diaries was a book written by William Pierce. He is the founder of one of those nut job, religious white supremacist movements. And what it is basically the story of a small group of militant neo-Nazis who overthrow the U.S. government with terrorist activity. And of course, then people read the book and commit acts of terrorist activity. And he's like, no, it's just a book. It's just a book. Now, all of the other Nazi literature I have may be construed, but no, this book I wrote is just fiction, and these are plot elements, and I don't want anyone to... But you should totally go out and throw the use... So when you even visually make the comparison between Call of Duty and the Turner Diaries, even if that wasn't a direct thing you're trying to do, when you open into that area of discussion, it's completely counterproductive.
Yeah. Just that is a huge, huge gap there to insist that is the darker side of gun culture. It's just... we were even talking about... what else were we talking about? Oh, man. My brain's just... Yeah. Listening to you, it just... My brain flatlines.
That's not even a part of gun culture.
No.
Right, they just happen to use guns.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because it's the most efficient means of, accomplishing neo-Nazi agendas.
If you think about it, that isn't even remotely connectable to gun culture, because gun culture insists in... like affinity for guns, like fascination over the smaller elements of guns. Guns were a means to an end in that story, clearly. So
gun culture would be more like Uncle Nick, who loves collecting guns.
Yeah, exactly. Or FPS Russian.
Yes.
It was totally awesome.
It was totally awesome. Because we need to plug his video. That is how popular we are. Another video you should check out is a Pop-Tart Cat. It's called Nyan Cat. Just go to YouTube. But his extreme disinterest, his extreme hatred of Call of Duty is one of which I just absolutely loathe, because it's an opinion, it's a stance that permeates all of his views he expresses from most of the videos of his I've seen. Game Overthinker wise, obviously he's not going to bring it up when talking. Actually, he has at least once, I think, brought it up during a movie review. But in any case, I don't like. This reminds me of a coworker who came up to me and said, "Okay, who's worse, Call of Duty fans or Dragon Quest fans?" And to be perfectly honest, when you talk about the extremes of both, they both have severe problems. Severe fucking issues. So, no, there is no worse. These people are afflicted. Like, that is... I don't know. What's worse, AIDS or HIV positive? It's just like, either way, you're pretty fucked. It's just like... with both of them.
Hey, hang on a second. I'd like to clarify. Did you just compare being a Call of Duty fan to having AIDS? Because I have said some pretty right shit on these podcasts. But damn.
Okay, let's do a quick vote. Who says that should be in the title of the N4G posting?
Oh, yeah. We're not going to get reported for anything.
No, it was said in the podcast.
Huh.
COD fans are like AIDS.
Wow.
Okay, before I get a ton of hate mail from enraged... Oh, who am I kidding? Most of you didn't listen to this and just started commenting.
Right.
Because that's how our podcast always goes on there. Yeah, no, I wasn't saying that. It's just much like with Anders Breivik. Those people have, at some deep level, the people who go like OC Asperger's syndrome rages with Dragon Quest or Call of Duty, they have, at some deep level, some switch that is turned on, some sort of mechanism in their brain that is a bit overactive when interfacing with these games, and
It just says grind.
yeah, pretty
It's
much.
basically like one of those monsters in Gears of War with the gun, there's the L, whatever they're doing.
Right.
Right.
I think a more important aspect of this issue, because like I said, it's one of the oldest discussions we have of whether violent entertainment causes violent people or not, or all this. But one of the things Chipman does in this video is talk about how we as a community, we as a culture, should examine Call of Duty. And the thing about this is, I believe this is an incorrect viewpoint. Mm-hmm. We as a community, we as a culture, we're not.
Right.
Gamer is not a thing anymore. We didn't all play the same 5 Nintendo games. It has grown beyond its beginning. So when you try to reconcile Call of Duty fans who just play Call of Duty and a couple of other games into a larger structure of gamer culture, your scale starts to get a little slanted. It starts to throw off your data points. It's not the same thing. We need to start talking about games in this broader context, where, like, oh, this guy's a gamer and did this. This guy watched movies and did this. This guy read a book once and did this. This guy went for a walk on Sunday afternoons and did this. Gamer isn't really a thing.
Yeah.
Right, it kind of makes this whole analogy with the metal band, or with
metal
music in general.
Yeah.
Not make any sense because...
Yeah, he talks about how, metal was starting to get associated with skinheads in the metal community. It was like, no, skinheads aren't a part of metal. That's because metal is a genre. Video games are not a genre.
They're a form.
Yeah, it's a medium. It's an entire thing.
So you can't really do that remotely because the majority of us can't even have a stance on most of the intricacies of the smaller genres and what controversies might spread up around that. Like, I don't think anyone in the United States is ready to defend dating sims in Japan that caused this one guy to go rape it. Like, that is not remotely what we should be called to do.
I mean, obviously the dating sim
separate.
didn't cause him to rape that chick. Being Japanese did.
Clearly. Oh, my heart rate. Oh, God, I'm going to have a heart attack. The site, I can hear it crumbling now.
You did not fucking try to outshock me on a podcast.
Oh, is that what this has become? I will drive this conversation until I figure out something worse than that to say.
Wow. We're going to be here a while.
I suppose my issue with this video is less about the content of the video and more the context of the video.
Right.
Because the fact that we have issue with it is really more symptomatic of the whole conversation surrounding video games changing as the industry changes, as the medium changes.
Right.
Because these aren't the same arguments anymore. They can't be.
Right. Because it really has changed completely.
I mean, if you look at it, Call of Duty is going to sell millions more than anything else this year.
Right.
That's going to be... Or the people who play that clearly don't play any of this other stuff.
Yeah.
That's obviously
a show
a
of
separate... Like...
I mean, there are people who buy consoles just to play Call of Duty.
Yeah,
that's a common product.
You can't rightfully, when Chipman says gamer, what he means by that cannot apply to this being.
Yeah. We're going through a weird adolescence right now because the core and...
Because I woke up the other day.
God damn it. But because... And I still hate using this word because of how fucking appropriate it is. The core... when you talk about gamers, like gamers, who you're talking about, they don't have... They're losing that identity in this huge wash. And what I really can't wait for is the balkanization of this medium, where we, like anime is still a single thing when you're talking to guys. Guys who like anime. Now, you have guys who like these genres more and these genres more, but basically you know what you're getting when you're talking about an anime fan.
Right.
I really can't wait till gaming balkanizes and just fractures into like fighting game guys and the FPS guys and RPG guys.
A bit more harder. Like, the good thing is, with the internet, we've actually seen a good bit of that already with websites dedicated to genre reviews.
Right.
Like, I really enjoy that. That is, in fact, in my opinion, where we should go as a review syndicate.
Yeah.
Going forward, we should have our shmup review websites or RPG review websites. Just do it by genre, because clearly, if you are writing for one of these websites, you are well versed in the genre enough to do a proper review of these fucking games.
Unlike Dynasty Warrior reviews,
IGN or GameSpot or fucking anyone, pretty much.
Yeah, and like this is also a part of it getting broader. Of like when you have a website where you have one guy review 8 different genres, it just. Like, because they all have to be good on the same scale. They all have to appeal to a broad audience. It's something Socrates used to talk about when he would defend tyrannical rule. And this is, not tyranny in the evil context, but tyrant, king.
Right.
When he said, when you want to catch a fish, who do you ask? You ask the fisherman. You ask the man who knows. When you want to build a house, who do you ask? You ask the carpenter. You ask the man who knows. When you want to rule a country, who do you ask? Everyone? No. You ask the man who knows.
Right. I mean, that is exactly it. And currently what we're seeing is a shift from this weird culture of GameSpot, IGN, etc., having a fleet of reviewers they send out to review stuff that are sort of sticking to the same genre, but not really, and aren't well-versed with the individual series, to host shows like a lot of what shows up on the Blistered Thumbs, where it's like, this is this character, and he's reviewing these games. And that, in my opinion, is... Yes, you can judge what that guy does and what he likes enough to know. Like, when I watch HVGN's videos, I know what he likes. He likes D. And I know why he likes D. So I can prevent myself from getting another D.
Yeah, which is a lot more useful when you're talking about, try before you buy reviews.
Yeah.
Like, you get to know a guy, like Movie Bob. I watch his reviews all the fucking time.
Right.
Because you watch enough, and, like, I agree with a lot of things he says about movies, and I know the few things that I don't agree with him on, and I can gauge his reaction to a movie about how I'd like it.
Right. I mean, that's just how that works. So that system is efficient. This is true. I do like, moreover, for video games, the concept of a genre-focused website, though. So I would like that to be the next step.
I mean, if we look at things like film, too, it's not like that's completely broken to genres over time. It's still just, these are the movie reviewers. They review everything.
Well, this is true, but nobody really trusts...
Well, yes.
Like Siskel and Ebert, and like if Siskel watched Hobo with a Shotgun, like me and Jay are on the couch like, fuck yeah, but Siskel would be like, what the hell is wrong with you guys?
I mean, that's the thing, though. The majority of mainstream critics, the larger critics, generally have not been hard enough in the past on enough movies to really justify knowing what they mean. Plus, they can be bought, which is another problem.
Yeah.
And a problem we experience in the
game.
game.
We see that one a lot.
With the IGN and GameSpot complex of, we gave you this game, you better give it a good score.
Right.
It's a problem. So, breaking away from that, I think when we do it per genre, or what have you, then there are a lot of benefits, but let's rewind a bit.
We are getting kind of out there.
But that's an interesting topic unto itself. It's related on the point of, as Kyle said, games are not a genre. That's why the metal community can consolidate and take a stand. Gamers are not. Gaming is not a genre. It's a form. Like movies, for example. I am not a huge fan of movies because of the way I interface with them, but there are definitely some movies I would enjoy and some movies I would pick out my eyeballs to get out of seeing, most of which begin with twi and end with light. hey, the ones after the first one and aren't called Twilight, they're called Eclipse and New Moon. So, yeah, Call of Duty fans aren't the same people as the rest of us. Like, those super extreme, like, Call of Duty's all I play. So, the assertion that they even should be grouped under the same term.
You're right. That's what we've been over, and it's just doesn't make any sense.
It really doesn't. Also, as we were also noting before this, Chipman, thank you for his name, by the way. I have forgotten. I don't usually make it to the credits anymore because of the plot.
Right.
He made it. He speaks under the pretense that this Supreme Justice ruling.
Oh, right. This is something I was bringing up.
Yeah. That it's like we're safe now.
Right. There's a whole lot in this video of we're completely out of the red. No, nothing could possibly go wrong.
We are fine now.
I remember reading it was in the week. One of the justices saying, "I'm not really sure what we passed.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what that covers."
I remember reading from them, and this was on the Giant Bomb. The Giant Bomb had really good coverage of that. That was back when Kopech started working there. Yeah, one of them was like, if it was just better written, I would have approved.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. It's just like, what? No.
It's the American legal system. No one is ever safe.
Yeah. Right. All things can be rewritten, undone.
Yeah, technicalities left and right.
As Thomas Jefferson once said, to ensure true liberty, we must have an armed rebellion once every 20 years.
Well, it's fucking true. I didn't know he said that, but I've been thinking it. So if you
see, when you quote Thomas Jefferson, you're erudite and well-read. When you just think it all the time, you're a fucking psycho.
Hey, look.
Hey, Dan, can I interest you in a copy of the Turner Diaries?
Oh, why, yes, I would love that. This would go great.
Dan's a white supremacist.
With what? What is this book about? I don't like any of these words. I'm looking through this. And they're shoot gays. No, this is a bad book. Why did you give me? Why did you have this on hand? Well, I guess that ends our podcast for the night. Thanks for listening. Go to GigaBoots.com to watch quick place reviews and other things that don't have to do with Bob Chipman, white supremacists, or shootings.
I'm not racist.